Hello, welcome to Zombie Beach.
Hello and welcome everybody to another edition of Zombie Beach, the podcast in 3D. I am...
Sorry.
And with me as always is Chewbacca.
I was supposed to be a zombie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why do my zombie always sounds like Chewbacca?
I don't know.
Maybe I am Chewbacca.
Zombaka. Which sounds like a drink of some sort. I don't know. I'd like a shot of Zombaka, please.
Listen, it doesn't work the other way around.
No.
Because Chewy already has zombie at the end of it.
Chewy, yeah, that's true.
Chew zombie?
Chew zombie? Chomby?
Chomby.
That sounds more like the green guy in Pee-wee's Playhouse in the box.
Chomby,
well, anyway,
Chomby, what are you doing? I'm watching you do perverted things, Pee-wee.
Dude, I gotta tell you, his Broadway show was absolutely amazing.
Oh, I bet it was.
It was... I don't know. Maybe it's just because I was in a very nostalgic mood that night, seeing Pee Wee Herman. Because, well, I don't want to say I grew up with Pee Wee Herman because I really didn't discover Pee Wee Herman until the 80s when I was in my, good heavens, I would have been in my 30s in the 80s. Well,
yeah,
I guess
we were still growing up in our 30s.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still growing up now.
Yeah.
That's the sad part. But yeah, he was amazing. The whole thing was revamped and updated. I mean, it was essentially the same show, the Pee Wee Herman show that you can find on Netflix. It's not on instant streaming, but you can get the DVD. But he updated it and it was fresh and it was funny and it was brilliant. It was one of the greatest shows I had seen in a long time. So all that to say, if you get the chance to watch it, I think it's on HBO on a pretty regular basis. But
okay.
Yeah, if you can, you should see it because it's pretty damn amazing. I mean, it was great live when I saw it in Los Angeles, but I can imagine seeing it on Broadway would have been an amazing thing too.
Paint him green, he'd make a good zombie. Because haven't we talked about how it's amazing how he hasn't aged at all?
Oh, I know.
That's kind of weird.
It is kind of weird. He's kind of like the strange case of Benjamin Button.
Except that he's not getting younger. He's not getting older.
He's just staying.
I know. But, people have seen him in the daylight, so he's not a vampire.
I know. I was going to say, well, unless he's one of those sparkly vampires that he just put makeup on or something.
I can't see Pee Wee Herman sparkling too much. But
all right. I really don't want to see Pee Wee Herman sparkle too much.
Yeah, that's what he got arrested for, wasn't it?
I think so.
Dude, I totally interrupted your intro. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know, but that's okay. So all that to say, with me as always is my good friend, compatriot, and sergeant of arms, Jerry Davis.
I'm the sergeant, and I have a whole collection of arms.
Yes.
Some of them are green.
And I would be the armless sergeant. I was going to say I was going to say I'm the Dick Sergeant, but
nobody would get that.
No, unless they were big fans of Bewitched from back in the day.
No, I've seen our stats. Most of our listeners on for the show are between 18 and 24.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. Wow, you never know. TV land, they bring that.
That's true.
Back.
That's true. Nick at night, my friend. Well, so what's new and what's happening with you?
Did you introduce yourself? I don't remember your name being said.
Did I? Maybe. Well,
and my good.
Go ahead.
And my good friend Dan Ledbetter.
Yes. For those of you with short-term memory, I'm Dan Ledbetter.
Awkward silence.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
So let's jump right in. I do have a couple things to talk about right off the bat. I watched now and long-term listeners of this show know that I am pretty much done and tired and finished with any of those first-person handy cam Blair Witch type movies, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Cloverfield and
Cloverfield, Blair Witch, Paranormal Activity, whatever. I mean, there have been a few shining gems in the mound of film crap that is out there. But I did see one today that actually, at first when I saw it on Netflix, I thought, oh, this is going to be so horrible, and I watched it. And it really was horrible, but it was one of those so funny it made me laugh movies.
oh, it was good horrible.
It was good horrible. This was like B movie. The only thing that was missing was like the the big 2x4 moving the giant spider leg kind of thing.
So it was almost an Ed Wood.
It was almost imagine Ed Wood with a lot more resources and computer animation.
Oh, okay. God.
So it was called Troll Hunter.
Oh! I've heard about that. It's supposed to be really good. That's a foreign film.
It is. It's a foreign film. It's got subtitles and it's got CG trolls. Dude, I'm telling you, the first time one of the trolls, because there's obviously many trolls. Let me give you. I won't. There's not really a whole lot to spoil about the film. Basically, the scenario is the Swedish government found this cache of tapes, and they spliced them together chronologically and presented them to us, and that was the whole thing about Troll Hunters. So the story is that apparently in Sweden and the surrounding countries, trolls exist, and there's this old guy, kind of like, think Quint from Jaws.
Yeah, okay.
Who is the troll hunter, his job is to go out and eradicate trolls who get out of their area.
Back under the bridge.
Exactly. No, but there is this one scene where this troll, they're like trying to catch this troll that's like running around, and they like have goat's blood or something. They're trying to, attract the troll with it. And so the troll obviously gets up on this bridge and starts tippy-tapping across, and it made me laugh because I was just thinking of that old story about the three billy goats gruffs and the troll under the bridge. And,
yeah. That's probably a homage to it.
I believe it was. But it was actually, you know what, it made me laugh. It was not the best movie in the history of the world. And when the troll walks out for the first time, I started busting up because I swear to God, Jerry, it looked like a Jim Henson Muppet.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something out of a video game.
No, well, that would have been even better. But this was like a Jim Henson Muppet with the hair and the way
ping pong ball eyeballs.
Dude, just about. It was one of the funniest things I'd ever seen. So I would give this movie, strictly because it was so bad it's good, I would give it a 3.5 severed thumbs up.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll definitely put that on my list. One that you mentioned, I think it was on our last one. Yeah, it was our last one. And I actually watched it, Dead Girl.
Oh, good Lord. How was that?
Oh.
Didn't that make you feel dirty?
Oh, it was indescribably bad.
Yeah, and not bad in a good way. Bad like in I needed to hose myself off with like bleach.
I know. It's like, were there any characters in there besides maybe the innocent girl, and or maybe both the girls? I felt for the zombie,
for the dead girl, right?
Yeah, but it did not paint the male of our species in any kind of a good light whatsoever.
No, it was kind of like Bill and Ted's necrophilic adventure.
You're really after they sold their soul to the devil.
Oh, I know. It was a sad, disturbing.
It was very disturbing.
Yeah, it was like very disturbing.
It hurt. It hurt my chest.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And that's not one, you see, this is the thing with that movie. It's like, I can sit and watch Saw, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, any of those slasher films, right? And I can sit there and I could eat a medium rare hamburger with all the sauces on it and everything. Dude, I couldn't even eat like popcorn or any kind of food while watching that movie. It was that disturbing.
It was disturbing. They I don't know if we should even. I would definitely warn any female listeners away from that movie.
Yes.
And any men with consciences away from the movie.
Yes, let's just say this. If I could put a tagline on that film, it would be Dead Girl. What has been seen cannot be unseen.
You really?
So, yeah, I would say steer away from that. I mean,
recommended by the Manson family.
Yeah, exactly. Both Charlie and Marilyn.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a sad movie. I wish you would have watched it last week. I think what we need to do is come up with a list of films to watch before we record.
Yeah, but the problem is, well, okay, yeah.
We have different schedules.
Yeah,
so it's very hard to coordinate things like that. But yeah, so a dead girl, one severed genitalia up.
Ouch!
I know exactly. So yeah, so that was my movie experience. Troll Hunter, definitely watch that one. That was a lot of fun. It was fun and bad, and it'll make you laugh. And that one, I hope to God that puts the capper on the first person perspective.
Oh no, that's going to go on forever.
I know. I was hoping.
And you know why? It's because it's so much cheaper to make those.
Right.
You don't need anything but a video camera to just walk around and shoot.
You know what I should do? I should do a first-person film about me eating breakfast.
And make sure it's like totally shaky.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be totally shaky. Trust me. Because if I don't have my coffee in the morning, I look like I got the palsy.
Or too much coffee.
Yeah. That'll be after my second. So that'll be my mini film. Will be Dan's breakfast adventure.
We could make a horror film. Okay, I gotta stop laughing so I can say it. And all you do is shake the camera during the whole movie, and every once in a while you get to see like a blurred zombie face.
There you go.
But it's nothing but shaking and screaming and the sounds of footsteps and groaning, and that's the whole movie for 90 minutes. You can just call it Zombie Apocalypse Now.
Yes. Easy zombie apocalypse.
It really is.
Hey, speaking of zombie apocalypse, so let's talk about Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
So what did you think of this last episode?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you're killing me. Oh, my God.
That would be on my
to-do list?
To-do list, yeah. I didn't get to see it because I forgot what we were doing Monday, where we went out to dinner yesterday, and today's today.
Right. The week.
And my name's Rebecca Black. And after today comes Thursday, and then Friday.
Which one will I choose?
Which horror movie shall I choose? So, I guess we can't talk about that.
I guess we can. So, for those of you who have not seen the Walking Dead episodes, I'm not going to say nothing about nothing, but let's just say this.
Was it better than the last one?
Right along the same lines, actually. It's like
just more arguing.
Lord. Well, yeah, yes and no. There's arguing, but see, I can't say nothing. I don't want to give away spoilers.
All right.
You watch it, and we'll talk. We'll do a 2-episode catch up next week.
Okay, all right. We'll do that.
That'll be good.
That works. Oh, go ahead.
No, please.
Well, we have a winner for the Alamo and Zombies book.
The Elmo and Zombies?
Yeah, Elmo and Zombies. No, there's what was it? Was called the Alamo and Zombies.
Oh, dude, I really thought you said Elmo and Zombies. I'm going, what a cool book that would be.
Really?
Hi, everybody.
Eat my brains, Elmo.
Elmo doesn't like it when you bite his skull. So who won the book?
Congratulations to Tessa, who won her
Yay.
copy of the Alamo and Zombies from YardDogPress.com.
We love Tessa.
Yeah. And so she
is recently married, too, by the way.
Oh, really?
So she's a newlywed.
Well, congratulations.
Yes.
So this will be our wedding present.
There you go. I like that. Not that we're cheap bastards, but
we
have a wedding present.
Yeah, it's like we planned it.
Right.
Also, I was going to bring up something. I don't know if you remember, but we were joking about the Necrophone by Alexander Graham Bell, and I just laughed and I said I imagined it looked something like a telephone combined with an old gramophone with a big horn,
Right.
Well, Jesse and I were watching Supernatural, and it featured Graham Bell's Necrophone.
No.
And that's exactly the way they portrayed it.
Are you kidding me?
It looked like a Victrola record thing with a telephone strapped on it. It was awesome.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. So see, someone stole. You know what? I wonder if they're listening to our podcast.
Well, they would have to have a time machine because this was an episode from 2008, I think.
I wouldn't put it past those studios.
They got money somehow.
I know. Good heavens.
And I'm drinking I guess I forgot which podcast we're doing tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we also do a podcast that's about drinking absinthe, and so that's what I'm drinking right now.
You're drinking an absinthe?
I'm drinking an absinthe. I loosed Kubler with a nice cube of sugar and some nice cold water.
Oh, there you go.
And which segues nicely into a story idea that I had.
Oh, and what would that be?
Okay, imagine a story where the zombie apocalypse strikes, of course, because, what other story is there?
We like zombies.
And these people who are having an absinthe party wake up the next day to find out that it had happened, and they were completely immune to it because apparently absinthe prevents zombieism. And so the only people in the whole world who are not zombies at this point are the people who happen to be drinking absinthe the night before it happened.
You know what?
It's been done, right?
It kind of has. There was a film about these kids that went out and was it called Night of the Comet? No.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one.
I don't think it was Night of the Comet, though.
If people were inside a steel box.
Right.
They didn't.
This one, these guys went out, and this guy and this girl, they went out and made out and drank a lot of vodka. And this meteor passed, and apparently, if there was alcohol in your system, you would not get infected by the virus. And then they discovered that that giving alcohol to the zombies would kill them. That actually would make their head explode.
Wait a minute. That is an old movie, isn't it?
Fairly old. I'm not sure. I wonder how. Let me see if I can look.
You know what? I think I have seen that. Oh well, so much for that idea. So much for me
that's okay,
trying.
But you know what? You could still redo it because I don't think that movie was very famous.
I was trying to tie our two podcasts together somehow.
Yeah, right. You were trying to do a crossover podcast.
Oh crud! We forgot to thank our sponsors.
Oh, good heavens! Hey, speaking of our sponsors, I sent you the email that I got from Leah, where she said they absolutely loved the zombie super focus spot.
Hey, let's go ahead and play that now.
We should.
Is that a zombie in your gun sights or a live uninfected person? You don't want to make a bad judgment call because either can lead to disaster. That's why we recommend donning a pair of Super Focus eyeglasses before you pull the trigger. Yep, it was a zombie. Thank you, Super Focus. Super Focus recommended eyewear for the zombie apocalypse. For more information, go to www.superfocus.com or call 800-900-3700.
So I think we probably should do a YouTube video.
It would be so easy to do a YouTube video to that. We would just need a zombie, an open field with trees behind it, and a guy with a gun and super focus glasses, and you could do it.
Okay, I'll be the zombie.
We could probably just do it with stock footage that we steal from movies.
We probably could, which would actually be very funny.
Yeah, but it probably would get us sued.
Oh, please. What are they going to do?
Sue us?
You stole our zombie footage. Could you see a judge in court?
Supposedly if you use under 30 seconds, it's fair use.
Even a video?
Yeah, but I think the caveat there is you can't use it to advertise something.
Oh. Well, there you go.
There goes that idea.
All right. Well, I'll do my own then. That's fine. I'll just set up the camera and I'll just stumble around in the backyard and
then act like you've been shot.
Yeah, I'll just stand there and then I'll look and I'll like growl and then I'll pretend I got shot and then fall down.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, could you put together a commercial like that?
I could try.
Okay.
I'd have to find a gun.
Even if you had like a pellet gun, that'd actually be very funny too.
Really, especially with a pellet gun making the sound of a 30-06.
Like have your old glasses on and then say, I can't tell if that's a real zombie or whatever. Here, let me put on my super focus. Well, anyway, they loved it, so I think we need to do another one. I'm not sure what we could do, but we'll have to come up with an idea.
Right, I think it's your turn to come up with an idea.
I have one for the Absinthe podcast.
Oh, okay.
I don't have one for the Zombie podcast.
Okay.
Actually, I was, now that I sit here, it would actually be funny to have a zombie trying to figure out if that is a plate of spaghetti or someone's brain. Zombie can't see. Is that brain or spaghetti? Wait, zombie put on super focus. Oh, brains. Nom, 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 nom. That would actually be kind of funny.
Yeah, I think we just did it.
We just did it. There you go. This is just like the Milton Berle Texaco Theater. For those of you who are under the age of 90.
You probably don't know. Wait a minute. That's
Milton
us,
Berle,
too.
that is us, isn't it? Great.
Everybody's going to think we're 90 years old.
Oh, well, they're not far off. At least for me, anyway.
Oh, those young whippersnappers. I remember before there was dirt.
Yeah, exactly. Which is where I'll be in about 6 weeks.
The land before dirt?
Well, that too. So, stuff coming up here directly, my friend. I think I mentioned on our Facebook page that I'm now officially signed up to be a zombie in the Run for Your Life.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations on your zombieism.
Thank you. It only cost me $25.
That's awesome.
$75 if you want to run the race, and $25 if you want to be a zombie. How cool is that?
I don't understand, though, because it says being a zombie also automatically gets you in as a runner?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Well, you can work your 4-hour shift.
Oh, I see, because you're going to work and then run.
Yes, exactly. If you want to run, I personally will
stumble.
I will stumble my way back to the zombie tent and have the beer and snacks and hang out with friends. Actually, this is so funny. I've actually got about 6 of my friends here who are going to go to the event and be runners.
Awesome. That's awesome.
So I'm very excited about that. Very, very excited.
You know, hopefully they have one in the Chicago area. I can't imagine them not, because this is a big area for zombie pub crawls.
Oh.
So you would think, and there's also a lot of runners out here. You'd think there's going to be a zombie, what is it called? Run Zombie Run? No.
Something like
Run
that.
for Your Life.
Right.
They'd have one of those here, but
I think they do.
no, they don't, because I've been checking their website. Unless
Really?
they just added it today, because Jesse and I are both going to be zombies in it if they have one here.
Oh, awesome. See, that's what I think this whole thing is about. It's not really about running the 5K as it is eating your friend's brains.
Really. And families who zom together.
Exactly. Hey, speaking of zombing together, did you see I put up a link for the free zombie books?
Yeah, I did.
On there? Did you download any of them?
No, I haven't yet because I was away from something I could download them on.
Oh. Well, and speaking of zombie books, did you notice that I had posted the musical of Carrie?
Yes, I did. The Broadway.
Well, yes. It ran for 5 nights and they closed it.
Oh.
Before. It was so horrible. And this was back, let's see, when was that? In 1988, they did a musical version of Stephen King's horror novel, which was filmed in 76. Can you believe it? 1976 is when Carrie came out.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was actually, they called that movie, well, not the movie. When they turned it into a Broadway play, they called it the biggest bomb in Broadway history. So why would you think, now this I wanted to pose this as a question to you, why would could they not come up with a new idea, but they've decided to come back and redo it? Why would you do that for something that was such a bomb, 20 some odd years ago?
Maybe they thought they were ahead of their time.
Maybe. But it seems like they revamped it. It says they're using a lot of 80s era pop rock and that kind of stuff.
They were probably thinking they could make another Rocky Horror out of it.
I don't know. It looks like they're taking it really seriously. Like it's not a comedy at all. So, I don't know.
It's funny because I just read what you wrote about it. I didn't read the review.
Oh. Well, I quoted one of Stephen King's other books. Sometimes they come back again.
Yeah, that's all I saw. So I thought, so it's back. But I thought you meant as a musical instead of a movie.
Oh yeah, it is. It is back as a musical.
I know. But I didn't know that.
You didn't go that far into it.
Yeah, I didn't know that it already been on stage and then flopped, and then now came back and then flopped.
I don't know if I could call 5 days being on stage.
Well, it is.
I would call that a brief stint.
A flash in the pan.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, so that's coming back. I don't know, man. It would be interesting to see it. It seems like, now correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't it seem like there's an awful lot of films and stuff like that becoming Broadway plays?
Yeah, they're suffering from the same problem that Hollywood's suffering from.
Nobody's got a new idea.
Or they don't want to take a chance on a new idea. Everybody's looking for a sure thing. And so it's like, if anything had any legs whatsoever, they'll give that credence over something that's completely untested. And that is stifling creativity. And so we're living in rerun hell. Yeah,
no, you're absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct. Interesting.
Well, the solution is to stop spending so much money. Well, of course, this is on movies. I don't know how much a Broadway play costs. But as far as movies go, stop spending $100 million per movie. Start financing little $10 million movies that are completely original.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there, Jerry. I really do. I think that almost like, I think we talked about this before, like District 9.
Yeah.
Where some guy made a little mini web movie out of it.
Yeah.
And put it out there and really see, what takes. I think if the movie studios, but see, here's the problem again. Movie studios are so tight-lipped about everything they do, even though, ironically, like, have you noticed when one movie will come out? Like, I remember 20 some odd years ago when Weird Science came out.
Yeah.
And there was like about 8 different movies about science, like some weird science project. Yeah. They all come out around the same time. So obviously...
And then there was the asteroid movies.
Oh,
and then there were the volcano movies.
Yeah, it's like, who's the WikiLeak around here for those movies? It's
and
like
then
crazy.
The alien movies.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
So there you have it. It's like, I don't think Hollywood Well, unless Hollywood just decided to change their model.
Well, I know. I mean, if they were only spending $10 million per movie, they wouldn't be so paranoid about it, you know?
But who would they get to act in those movies? Because that's like...
Anybody who would be willing to act in an indie would act in those.
Well, that's true.
They need to start thinking more like indie producers and less like blockbuster machines. I don't know I don't know the term would be, but everything has to be a blockbuster. That's just wrong, because what were the movies I've enjoyed the most ended up being blockbusters, but they were all low production. I'm not low production, they're high production, but low cost. And
like, give me an example.
Juno. I loved the movie Juno. I thought that was the most brilliant movie, and it was all carried by the actress.
Right. But how much did it cost to make that film?
It couldn't have cost a whole lot.
Let's take a look here. Because this is a great idea.
Oh, they're not going to listen to us.
Well, they might. I don't know.
Okay, how much did Juno cost?
Here's Juno. Details. The budget was $7,500,000.
See,
estimated
under $10 million.
Okay. And
Can you imagine what we could do with $10 million?
I'd freaking go buy a condo in Mexico and leave the country.
Forget the movie.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, can you imagine just, because you could make decent movies with off-the-shelf cameras and computers now. So your hardware expenditure would be $50,000 or under.
Wow.
So the rest of it would all be sets. Well, so you don't use a set, you use someone's house. All right? So there's no money. Then so your next expense would be actors. Well, don't hire someone who's going to charge you $10 million just to be in your film. Right. Find actual talented people.
Well, here's a perfect example. Look at George Romero and the original Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Black and white movie. He hired a lot of his friends to be in it, including Chili Billy, who was probably one of the best zombies ever in the history of the world. Let's see how much that cost to make.
Well, how about Evil Dead? Evil Dead 2.
Dead. Evil Dead was very funny. I thought Evil Dead was hilarious because they were on a shoestring. And
because they were high school students when they made it.
Right.
So actually, okay, I don't know if... So I read Bruce Campbell Jr.'s biography, If Chins Could Kill. And He had a lot in there. So I don't remember exactly how old they were, but I do remember it took like 7 years to make because they kept on running out of money.
Hey, I did not know this, that Night of the Living Dead is public domain.
Oh, dude, we could totally take footage out of that and make our commercial.
Maybe we totally should. The 16 millimeter print is what's public domain.
That's all we would need.
So there you go. So here's what it made. Here, their budget for that movie.
Okay.
And this is 1968, so
their budget was probably $4,000.
Well, close, $114,000.
Oh, okay.
And the gross was $12 million in the U.S. as of January 2000 and $30 million worldwide, with $1.6 million in rentals. So George made some money on that.
Yeah, see? Make cheap movies with good production values.
It has to have a good production value. And that's what I think made Night of the Living Dead so damn scary, was that it was in black and white. And it had this grainy kind of creepy feel, and the music was just synthetic and weird, and yeah.
Well, that takes me back to Dead Girl.
Yes.
It was really well made.
Oh, the production value was amazing.
It was, and the acting was outstanding. I just hated the story.
Right. It's kind of like one of those things like, this is the deal. where in that production meeting did the executive at whatever studio it was go, you know what? That's a great idea for a movie. Let's do it.
You know, I there was no meeting like that because it probably cost under $10 million to make.
Well, let's find out.
And so because I got this from who was it? Some movie producers were talking about this on Nerdist, on the Nerdist podcast.
Right.
And you know what? We're going over things we've already gone over before and earlier.
I know. Well, sadly, you know what it used to be called? It was also known, Dead Girl, was also known as Female Animated Corpse in Asia.
That makes sense.
It does.
I wonder how it did over there.
Well, let's take a look here and see.
If they turned her into a robot, it really would have taken off.
No kidding. Wow, there's not a lot of information.
No, see, here's how Hollywood they would go, oh, Dead Girl, it worked. Okay, next we'll turn her into a robot. We'll call her Robot Girl and have the exact same plot.
Dead Robot Girl.
Dead Robot Girl.
Oh my gosh.
I think I would enjoy that one more.
I know. I think you'd probably be correct.
At least they're exploiting a machine instead of something that used to be human.
Exactly. Rated R for strong, aberrant sexuality, graphic nudity, blood, violence, and perversive language.
Oh, yeah. Not to mention
pervasive. Sorry, not perversive.
To mention sticking fingers into open wounds and having green stuff come out.
That was really disgusting.
That was like the high point of the story.
There's no listing as to what it cost, so on and so forth. On
well,
this,
you could tell. I mean, that cost nothing to make.
Well, I don't know. I'm sitting there thinking, where would they get the set?
The set was one of those actual deserted mental hospitals, like the kind that the ghost chaser guys spend the night in.
Oh, that's true. Okay, all right.
That's probably why they set it there. In fact, they probably didn't even get permission to do it. They probably asked later.
It's true, after they were done. Oh, by the way.
Can we film here? Yes? Oh, okay, good. Because we just did.
All right. All right. Yeah, they even have some... wow, here's the full movie, Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, really?
It's posted on Hulu Plus.
Oh,
but I'm sure we could find the video somewhere else. Probably in the archive.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure it's there. We could probably download it.
Archive.org is awesome. That's where a lot of our very own podcast sits.
Yeah, I know. In future generations, I really am hoping that they'll base the civilization on our podcast.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be funny? Like if they were able to like find some of my DNA somewhere and bring me back, like in the year 3942 or something.
35.
If man is still alive.
Yeah. If woman can survive.
How funny would that be to like find out if truly, like what civilization has degraded to, or whether we finally got our rocket packs, or
nah, it's going to be just like what was that movie where everybody was idiots? Idiocracy.
Oh yes,
that's the future.
That actually was a very funny film.
I think it was a brilliant. You know, the funny thing is when it first came out, everybody was like, "Oh, that was dumb," and then it has these legs, right?
Yeah.
And it just kept going, and then everybody started realizing, that was a really smart movie.
Yeah, I mean, surprisingly smart. I was like, yeah, okay, it's a funny idea, and ha ha ha, and yes, okay, stupid people, and that. Yeah. But I'm going, you know what? That's actually not far from the truth.
Yeah, it's like the points that were driving home actually stuck. Like,
right.
Oh, wow, maybe we are heading in that direction. Any listeners out there are you pod people? Have you seen Idiocracy, and what did you think of it? Let us know. Send us an email at undead@slowdeathpodcast.com. No, wrong one. At zombiebeachpodcast.com.
So undead@zombiebeachpodcast.com.
Yes, thank you.
Very good.
Or
now, speaking of, do we have a phone number for Zombie Beach?
469-300-1155. That's our slow death podcast line. It is also going to be for Zombie Beach.
Yes.
Hopefully by the time you call it, if anybody ever does, it'll say both.
Yeah, so feel free to
if you want to chime in and be part of the show, call up.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just sent you the link for Horned Grandma.
Horned Grandma?
Yes.
What's that?
Well, you watch and find out.
Horned Grandma.
Oh, darling, it's so good to see you. Oh, this is Granna. Oh, my, how large you've become. Be a dear and give your old Granna a big, big kiss now, speakers. I know you've got a kissy, but Gran, don't be scared of Granna's old horny horn. If it weren't for this horn, you wouldn't have been born. Come give your Granners just one tiny little incy-mincy kiss, sweet pie.
That's scary.
That is.
Okay.
Yeah. Horned Grandma, it'll change your life. If it weren't for that horn, you wouldn't have been born.
There was, on the side of it, I'm looking at, there's terrified corn cobs.
That's funny.
Do you see that?
No.
Oh, apparently it's related to the annoying orange.
Oh. Annoying orange...
is annoying?
It's really annoying.
I know.
I mean, I guess mission accomplished, but...
Yeah, really.
It's just way too annoying for me.
So, yeah, Horned Grandma.
So, Horned Grandma, enjoy.
Yeah.
That'll be a minute and 6 seconds you'll never get back. Much like our podcast, but a lot shorter.
And, of course, don't forget terrified corn cobs, scared eggs, and screaming eggs.
Oh, good heavens. I really don't want to see any screaming eggs. If I'm seeing screaming eggs, man, I've got way more problems.
I was going to say you took the wrong drug.
Exactly. Have you seen my LSD? No, but there's a freaking dragon in the living room. Yeah. Oh, man. So here's the thing. I've got to find something to do to take up my time before Prometheus comes out in June. I've still got, all of the rest of March, April, and May before Prometheus comes out. So I've got to find something to do. So I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, just thank your lucky stars you're not living in Australia because they have 8 common deadly household spiders.
Yes, I saw Jeff posted that, and I was very disappointed in him.
Did you get... I sent you a picture of me with my super focus glasses on, but I had a giant spider on my neck. Did you see that?
No!
Okay.
Oh, my God. What the hell?
That was... it was a plastic spider, of course, but I sent that to you. I SMS'd it to you.
Oh, no. Oh, you know what? I have the weirdest time getting... video messages like that on my phone.
Well, it's not a video. It was a...
Well, picture messages. Anything that's if... I don't know what the deal is. If it doesn't come through Facebook for some reason, it really doesn't want to post when I open it on my Android phone.
Okay.
I don't know.
Here we go. I'm sending it again.
Oh, very nice. Speaking of which, did you like the meme that the Walking Dead meme that somebody
I have. Shane, why you no dead?
Why you no die? That was very funny. So I figured in turn I'd make one for the Absinthe website for Absinthe Day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, you didn't see that on the...
Oh, I totally didn't see that.
Oh, my God, dude.
I'll look at it during our next Absinthe podcast.
There you go.
Keep it fresh.
Yes. Speaking of fresh and dead, I don't know. I have nothing.
Well, how do you like the new the Beach Boys zombies?
Brilliant. That was brilliant. I love that.
Now I don't know if that's actually the Beach Boys. I can't really. I don't know what they look like, but I I Googled Beach Boys, and here comes this picture of these 5 guys in striped shirts holding an old type surfboard.
Right.
And I zombified them. And I made them the cover. I think I could do that. I think that's legal.
I think so.
It's like sampling. I changed it completely.
Now, you know who Rammstein is, right?
Oh, yeah. I love Rammstein.
Do you? Okay. Well, when you sent that, it totally reminded me of they got a new single released, and so they did a promo picture for it. Here, I'm gonna send it to you because it's just too damn funny. And I actually thought for a minute that that's the photo you used.
Oh,
because it's very similar. There you go. The links in your browser.
I spent days zombifying those Beach Boys.
Did you really? You did a great job.
I just thought it's screencast. Okay, I'm looking.
There you go.
Oh, they totally used the same.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, tell me this. See the guy third from the front?
Uh-huh.
Doesn't he look like he could be Herman Munster's brother?
Yeah, before you even said that, I was thinking Herman Munster.
Yeah, that's the lead singer for Rammstein.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're coming to the Los Angeles area in May, and I'm going to try to get tickets to go see them because I've wanted to see them since I got into their second album, and they hardly ever come to the States. So I'm going to try to go there. Maybe I'll see if I can score an interview with them and talk to them about zombies.
Yeah, totally.
But they only speak German, so it'd probably be a one-sided interview.
It would be even more funny.
It would. So, ¿Dónde está los zombies?
No habla español.
Yeah, no sprechen die Deutsch.
No, that's German.
Oh, sorry. I do sprechen die Deutsch.
That's about all I know.
That's all I mean, the only German I know actually is from their songs.
The only German I know is I learned from Hogan's Heroes.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Das ist verboten.
Das ist verboten. Then I know nothing.
Hassenpfeffer.
That's not real. Wait, that's Laverne and Shirley.
What? Hassenpfeffer?
Hassenpfeffer.
Oh, well, that was also Schultz's favorite dish.
Oh, was it? What is
Rabbit?
Ooh, is it really?
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
I think it means hopping bunny. I don't know.
Okay. That's hopping Fesser.
Hopping professor.
From Gilligan's Island when he stubs his toe. Oh, my God.
Gilligan is a zombie.
You know what? That would be a great remake, would be Gilligan's Island with a zombie on it.
They're all one by one. They all turn to zombies.
Exactly.
Except for Gilligan. That's probably an episode.
I'm sure.
One of those dream episodes where then at the very end he wakes up and he's like, "Oh, thank God," and then notices that someone's greeting. The end.
Well, now let's think about this. So, what other TV zombify? What TV show would you do?
Green Acres. It's a natural.
Would you zombify Arnold the Pig?
Yeah, he would be the first one, and then he'd go around biting people and turn them into zombies.
Dude, that would be hilarious.
Who else?
Arnold as a zombie.
Lost in Space.
Ooh, Lost in Space would actually be a really good one.
Yeah, I would start with, what was his name? Billy Mummy?
Billy Mummy?
Yeah.
Well, he's already got the name for it.
I know.
So that works out.
So he turns into a zombie first, then he gets the young daughter, and then it makes its way. And so the only one left would be
Dr. Smith?
Dr. Smith and the robot.
Oh, see, I'd take him out first.
No, because it'd be more fun with him going, oh, save me.
Ooh, the pain, the pain.
The pain. And the robot's going, danger, danger, danger. And the Robinsons are trying to eat his brain.
Maybe the robot should go first.
How would a robot become a zombie?
See, now that's a great question. Let's talk about that for a second.
Robo-zombie.
What would it be? A Zombot?
It would be Anonymous comes up with a virus, a computer virus that turns, because they already create zombie computers. They do.
Right.
So why not a zombie robot? And then they reprogram it to like break people's heads open.
Well, wouldn't it become self-aware and do that? I don't know. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, sure.
So it'd be like Terminator, because Terminators are kind of like zombies, right?
No, zombies are mindless.
Oh, that's true. All right.
Terminator was more like a mechanized version of Alien.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, that's a much better description. Now, speaking of zombie aliens, there have been films where like a parasite from another planet attaches to a person's spine.
Oh yeah, that was even a Star Trek episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Star Trek even had vampires, but they didn't want blood. They sucked all the salt out of your body.
Yes.
And they had those horrible lamprey mouths.
Yes, and all over their hands too.
Oh yeah,
which was kind of creepy.
That was one of the ones that when I was a kid scared the bejesus out of me.
Oh yeah, absolutely, without question. That was a very, very frightening episode. That, and you know what? Even though I totally knew it was a mask, the one with the lizard guy where Kirk and him are fighting on the rock planet.
Yeah.
It just creeped me out that some giant lizard would wear like a tight shirt,
a toga,
and try to fight some guy and his mouth never moved.
And he had bejeweled eyes. That was
he did. He totally had bejeweled eyes. Well, they didn't have
built-in bling.
Yeah, they had a very low budget back then. So what are you going to do?
Yeah. Well, what do you think? I mean, it was like Roddenberry sold that as Wagon Train to Space. That's how he sold to the networks.
Did he really?
He did.
Wow, that's a great idea.
It was a Western.
Oh my gosh.
Or that's how he sold it. He sold it as a Western in space.
Right.
So
which it kind of is, I guess.
So it's kind of like you take Woody and you put him in Buzz Lightyear's spacesuit and give him wings, and that's how they sold it.
There you go. See, that's probably how they sold Toy Story, too.
I thought I lost you there for a second.
No, well, I was thinking, I'm going, take
Who?
Woody, put him in Buzz Lightyear's thing and give him wings, and I don't know, it was starting to sound like a feminine hygiene product commercial.
It's got wings.
It's got wings. I don't want that stuff flying around my house.
Especially not in my underwear.
No, for heaven's sake, stationary, please. Although, true story, I have to share this. It's full disclosure. I shave my head, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I know what's coming.
Yes, I know. But I figured I've shared it before, but I don't think our friends on this podcast have heard the story. But whenever I have
wait, hold on. For the week of art, plug your ears now.
Yes.
Okay, continue.
All right. Oh, you know what? Speaking of that, my good friend Jeff over at Deal News was listening to our podcast, and he was very upset the last time because of the Walking Dead spoilers. Yeah, and he suggests, well, he wasn't very upset. He just said, you might want to include like a spoiler alert sound or something before you start talking about TV shows or films. And I said, that's a great idea.
We had a policy that we established like 4 episodes ago that if it was a movie that had been out for at least a year or so, that we wouldn't worry about spoilers.
Right.
But then we forgot. Okay.
We did.
So it's a good thing that you didn't say anything about the latest Walking Dead.
Exactly.
Maybe we shouldn't even talk about it, except that we enjoyed it or we didn't enjoy it.
Well, here's what I figure. Number one, it comes on Sunday night. We don't record until Tuesday, usually. So
yeah, but there's a lot of people who time shift these things, just like I do with most of my other stuff.
Well, then here's what we'll do. Just because, here's the deal. AMC hosts a recap
Yeah.
on their site. So if you're really a fan and you go to that site, I would assume that you would have been caught up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know if. Well, let's ask our listener. Do you mind if we do spoilers?
Yeah, let us know.
Because if you do, I would suggest that we put a spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, but there's no real easy way on some podcast software to skip past a certain amount of time.
Well, you hit pause.
And then just stop listening.
You just stop listening altogether. Just think of our show as one big spoiler for life. That's how I look at it.
Oh dear. So should we just say that there are spoilers on the show and don't listen to it if you don't want spoilers?
Yeah, maybe that or something. Or you know what? I will try to remember anytime I talk about a TV show that had just aired. I will say at the beginning, there's going to be spoiler alerts. Now, obviously, if you have not seen it, I'm not going to say anything at all because that would be ridiculous. Because then we couldn't talk about it, and you'd be like all bummed watching that. Go, oh, I knew that was.
I don't mind spoilers personally. I actually like to know what's happening.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
Well, that's a little creepy. I don't know.
It's my way of being in control.
Oh. All right. Well, let me tell you this. Sometime between now and the end of the world, it's going to end.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
I think I figured that one out.
Yes. It's like
but little did they know there's going to be a lot of Mayan blood spilled.
Yes. But you know what? Somebody actually posted something, and I wanted to talk to you about this.
About the Easter Island head that got up and killed people? Oh, not about that one? Okay, never mind.
Are you kidding me?
Of course I am.
What? Where did that come from?
I don't know.
That's hilarious.
I blame the absinthe.
Oh, that is too funny. I'm sitting there going, that is quite possibly the most random freaking thing. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to talk about.
I thought so.
No, did you see that picture? I'm sure it was photoshopped where they actually dug under the Easter Island guy, and there's like supposedly a body attached to it.
Oh, yeah, that was on TV. My daughter and I were talking about that. All those statues, all those Easter Island heads have bodies. They're not full-size bodies in proportion to the head, but they all have bodies.
Now, why do you think they buried him up like to their neck?
Because
so they couldn't move?
So they wouldn't fall over. I don't know.
Yeah, well. If I was the artist, I'd be really bummed. Like I spent all this time. Yeah. Make me this really tall stone guy looking thing, and he's got to have a body and all that. And then, well, what are you going to do? Well, we're going to bury him from the neck up.
But you know why they made them, don't you?
No.
They're on the edges of the island facing outward to scare the bejesus out of anybody who is going to try to invade their island.
Oh, thinking they're like giants.
Yeah, and it worked.
There's giant rock people on this island.
Beware the giant rock people.
Good Lord. Don't go on that island. There's rock people.
That's worse than zombies. Well, that'd be cool. That'd be just a movie where like giant rock people like invade.
Well, they kind of had that. There was that movie. What was it called?
Easter Island Invasion or something?
Yes. Easter Island Invasion.
Were they called Moans? The Moan statues? Maon? M-A-O-N something.
Like Samoan?
No. It's the thing. I'll refer to the oracle of all knowledge here.
Yes. Welcome to the internet.
Maoi, M-O-A-I.
Well, there you go.
I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but that's...
I don't know either.
Moan?
I know they make faucets.
Yes, they do.
They make faucets and giant concrete
So they
heads.
had those Easter Island heads. There was a movie where they attacked people?
No, it wasn't the Easter Island heads. It was actually this stone guy. It was actually called Gollum. is a creature called the Golem.
Oh, okay.
Or Golem, not Gollum, like precious. It's like Golom, I think is how it's spelled. So it was a movie, I believe, from the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari is when the U.S. finally saw it, but it's a fictional creature from Europe that supposedly comes alive and kills people.
Do you know where you can get really nice Easter Island Moa statues from? One of your favorite places, who are, in fact, not one of our sponsors.
Archie McPhee?
No, Design Toscano.
Oh, yes, you can get those for your yard.
Yeah. How awesome would that be?
I know. That almost as awesome as the Bigfoot statue that they have and the zombie coming out of the ground.
The zombie coming out of the ground has got to be the best thing I've ever seen.
Seriously, when I get a few bucks ahead, I am picking one of those things up. I don't care.
I think we need to send them our numbers and get them to send some to us to give away to our listeners, and then we could keep a couple of them.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't need to keep it because I don't have a garden.
Well, I need one because I do have a have a garden.
I'll give mine away.
All right, there you go.
Because I live in a high rise. Where am I going to put it? In the bathtub?
Yeah, put it in the hallway. That'll freak people out. Well, I tell you what, Jerry, let's do some shout outs because we haven't done that in a while, and because it is getting that time of day.
Okay.
So let's see what we can let's see who we can shout at.
Well, first of all, let's do a shout out again to Tessa, who
congratulations, Tessa.
Yeah, won our book. Or not our book, but the book that was given to us by Yard Dog Press to give away.
Oh, hold on. Let me answer this real quick. Hang on.
Okay. While Dana's answering the phone, I will ramble on over and over again.
Yes, just ramble on for a second. I just have to...
I'll do some shout-outs.
Here, I'll turn my mic off and you can do some shout-outs.
Okay.
All right.
Well, while Dan is answering his phone and probably talking to his wife, I'm going to shout out to Jeffrey S., Jimmy C., Patrick S., who knows who he is, Patrick Beep, Foolery Land, our friends at Jim's Big Ego. Let's see here. We've got Jason S., Mary B., or actually that may be Mary B., well, I don't want to say Mary B. M. That's just rude. Stephen Z., Bill A., thank you, Michael A.
All right, I'm back.
I think I'm done.
I think I'm done, dude. Oh, dude, the picture of you with the glasses and the spider just came through.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, Janet H. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
That's very scary.
You like that? I was going to use that as my profile picture on Zombie Beach on our actual thing.
The About Us page?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Josh.
So did you thank everybody? Or?
I'm getting to Josh H. I'm not mentioning last names because I don't know if people want us to mention last names. So
well, they haven't said anything. So
it's better to be. And your brother.
Yeah.
Hi, Ed.
Well, that's not my brother. That's my nephew.
Oh, your nephew. Sorry, Ed.
That's all right.
Amy.
He's like my brother.
Yeah, my nephew is like that too. He's closer than just a nephew.
Yes.
Adelina.
You like Adelina?
Rhymes with Catalina.
It does.
And Harley.
Harley, we love your motorcycles.
I'm sure he owns all of them.
At least that's what I make up.
Well, wait a minute. Harley? That could be a girl. That's a girl's name too, isn't it?
It could be. Well, let's just make it a unisex. Hello.
Well, no, I'm hovering over her name, which shows me a picture of a boy and a girl, but it's the girl in front. So I'm assuming that's Harley.
Well, that's what I would assume too.
Okay,
so Harley, if you are of the
fairer
sex,
hats off to you. If you're the guy behind her, dude, you got a beautiful girlfriend.
That's right. Oh, you know what? And I would like to give a shout out. I don't know if you saw this or not, but we did garner 3 new people liking us
on iTunes.
No, on our page.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good too. Thank you.
The lovely Thea, or Thea, I'm not sure, from Super Focus.
Oh,
liked
well,
our
of
page.
course. Yeah.
Steve's Angels, which I believe are some other Super Focus people as well. Cindy, I probably shouldn't say the last name.
Yeah.
The lovely Cindy, whose last name I cannot say on the air,
Well,
which I already did, but we'll probably get that.
I'll bleep it out.
But so thank you for liking us, and please tell all your friends about Zombie Beach. We'd love to have more people liking us and less people licking us.
Because it just gets, like, really uncomfortable.
It does, and it's too much bacteria for me. This is how the zombie apocalypse starts, people.
He's afraid of bacteria, you know.
I'm kind of like Howard Hughes like that. I'll be walking around here with like 18-inch fingernails and tissue boxes on my feet here in about 10 minutes.
That happens often. I've seen it.
I know it does. I should YouTube it. Where are those tissue boxes? If I had my super focused glasses on, I wouldn't need to ask that question.
And then it goes silent.
Then it went silent, and thanks for playing.
Well, actually, since we mentioned Thea, let's also say, hey, Super Focus. It's the glasses that we're going to be wearing. I'm actually already wearing mine. I've been getting okay, I'm going to do this without sounding like a commercial, but seriously, just in the last 2 days, I've had so many people go, dude, your glasses, they're awesome. And then I show them that they focus, and this happened at a meeting today where the guy he's the senior vice president of my department,
right,
was like, what do those do? And so I was like showing him how they focus back and forth. So I took them off and I was like focusing in it. And then I took the clip off part that had my, that has the actual prescription and showing the difference between the two. He thought it was the coolest thing he had ever seen in his life. And I have a feeling that I just made a sale for them because he was really interested. So I may be giving him one of those 10% off discount coupons. So
very cool.
If anybody out there, and I haven't given any away yet, so I still have 6 of them. If anybody out there is interested in Super Focus, you go to superfocus.com, look at the awesome, the frames. They're now I've had some people say they're kind of like Harry Potter-like. Well, they have to be round frames because of the way they work, because they have to squeeze from all sides at once in order to change the shape of the lens. That's how they focus. And so they have this really cool steampunk look to them. Go to superfocus.com, check them out, see if they're right for you. Call them at 800-900-3700. If you want to order some, contact me first. I will send you a 10% off discount coupon.
Wow, there you go.
Because these are kind of Rolls-Royce-y. What would the term be?
I would just say they're high-end.
These are very high-end glasses, and so they are somewhat pricey. These aren't going to be like your $200 or $300 glasses.
Yeah, these are no swap meet glasses.
No, but these are like an investment in your eyesight. And if we hadn't gotten these for free, I still would have been saving my pennies to buy them. Especially now that I've experienced them. It's like one of those life-changing things where you have a device and you can't imagine life without it now. This is kind of like my iPad.
I was going to say, these are kind of like well, I was going to say these are eyeglasses, but they really are.
That's clever. They're eyeglasses.
They're eyeglasses.
I wonder if anybody's ever trademarked that. That's pretty good. Eyeglasses.
Not. We should tell them. The Super Focus people need to trademark eyeglasses.
Yeah, I'm sure it's already been done, but
it probably
if not, that's really good.
We'll get sued.
Or they will. Maybe you should scratch that, Thea. So, anyway, a 10% discount off of these glasses is a chunk of money. So I'll hook you up. Give us a call at no.
Well, yeah, they can.
No, it would be easier if they emailed us. Email us at undead@zombiebeachpodcast.com.
Yeah, there you go. Send it to us, and Jerry will hook you up. And when I get mine, which I heard are going to be mailed out next week.
There you go.
Mine are in black, so they'll be very stylish for weddings and funerals.
They're going to look pretty awesome on a zombie, too.
I know. I'm very excited about that.
Well,
all right, my friend. I think that just about wraps it up for us.
Yeah, I know you probably have to go, and I have to
do.
I got to get editing. I'm going to take us out with a group called Caliphone.
Awesome.
The song is called "Vampiring Again." I thought that was kind of apt.
That was perfect, as opposed to Necrophone.
There must be a group out there called Necrophone if you think about it. And
I'll look that up and see if I can find a Necrophone group.
And I bet they're punk.
That sounds really horrible.
Necrophone.
I think I'll pass on that web search. And with that, Jerry, God's sakes, take us out.
It's a group of people who talk to the dead on the phone. Okay, yeah. So, Vampiring Again from Caliphone off their album Quicksand Crandall Snakes. And you look for them at caliphonemusic.com. Caliphone is CALIFONE.
Nice.
All right.
Well, we'll see you next time, folks. Uh.